Thank you very much, Guruji, for inviting us for satsang, and thank you very much for kindly agreeing to answer our questions. So we came here, and the first question would be if you kindly explain what is the eternal bona fide understanding of the process of yoga.
Yoga is a very ancient system which enables a human being to search within what is the ultimate reality in this world. Yoga searches in the spiritual field. Modern science searches in the material field, in the visible, tangible world. Search of yoga is inside, within us. It leads a finite human being to be one with the infinite Supreme Being. In a way, it is a science. And as the experiments in the physical world are conducted by the physical sciences to find out the truth, similarly, in yoga, the search is within, and it finds out the truth that is lying within the human being in the form of soul or spirit, what we call Atman. And the ultimate reality is Brahman. So Atman is a part of the Brahman. From the point of view of its composition making, it is an absolute matter. And the matter of Atman is the same as that of Brahman, but it's not physical matter, as we see in the entire nature. It is of a subtle nature, subtlest and the highest form of matter, if we can call it matter. Our search can be dependent on the aid of the physical senses. By seeing we know things, by listening we know things, by smelling we know things, by tasting we know things, by touching we know things. They are all tangible methods of modern science. Here, those methods are not applied. As a matter of fact, there is no instrument or external aid used in search of the infinite. If at all we call an instrument used for yoga, is the entire human body. So we have to search within ourselves. What we have to search is not the body of the physical substance in us, but the life principle that keeps us alive. And that life principle is not tangible, not visible. Only one can realize it. Now that realization is the technique of yoga. First, realize the soul or spirit, individual spirit within, and then finally, through the help of the individual spirit, know the Supreme Spirit, Brahman. And when we know Brahman, then our individual spirit merges with the Brahman. So it becomes one with Brahman. It experiences oneness, unity with Brahman. And that is why the ancient sages of India have coined the word yoga for that unity. The word yoga is derived from the Sanskrit root yuj. Yuj, to unite, to connect, to join. So such unison or connection is known as yoga. It is unison between individual self with the universal self. Unison of Atman with Brahman. Atman is individual spirit or soul, and Brahman is supreme spirit or universal soul. That unison is known as yoga. Yoga is a very ancient science. Though we say that the ancient sages have given this science as a gift to the mankind, it's not wrong. But beyond that, even the sages who practiced arduously with inexhaustible enthusiasm to reach the highest, also received guidance from what we call God, Supreme Being. So in reality, the origin of yoga is from the mouth of the Supreme Being. Lord Krishna in Gita says to Arjuna that in the most ancient past, first I declared this science of yoga to Sun God. He passed on that science, subtle science of yoga to his son Manu, our first man, what we call Adam. He passed on to his son Ikshvaku, and like that many other sages practiced yoga in the manner in which originally Lord himself brought to the human species. So we cannot put any date to the origin of yoga. Origin of yoga is as ancient as the mankind, you may say, or even more ancient, because the Lord is always there. So perhaps all sciences will be forgotten, and we will have to search for it again, anew, if the world is destroyed. But for spiritual science, the knowledge will not be forgotten, because God has given the gift of this science. So at any time it will be available to the mankind. In Indian scriptures, both Lord Shiva and Lord Krishna, who is incarnation of Lord Vishnu, they are both considered Yogeshwar, the god of yoga. So both often incarnate and teach this science to the mankind. They choose one and then the lineages start. In other words, we can say that all the spiritual lineages that exist, at least in India, have originated from the teaching of Lord, or God Himself. Even Vedas, they are considered to be the words of God. First, Vedas came out of the mouth of God, Lord Vishnu. He taught it to Brahma. Brahma taught the Vedas to his mind-born sons. And from them, of the sages who came period after period, they came to know this knowledge and that is propagated. So in India we believe that all our knowledge is most ancient and historically you cannot put any date upon it, that the origin of it is so many thousands of years ago it originated. It is beginningless and it is endless too. And that is why our dharma often is translated as religion, but religion is too small a word to translate dharma. Dharma means eternal principles on which the entire show of the universe is going on. So dharma includes everything. Religion has a limited connotation, but in absence of any single word for dharma, you can say dharma is religion. It really doesn't convey the correct meaning or complete meaning of dharma. Dharma is a sum total of all the eternal truths. If you accept those eternal truths and behave accordingly, lead your life accordingly, then your soul will be elevated. If you lead your life against those principles which are eternal truths, then our lives will be miserable. That is why we call this Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan means eternal. It never had a beginning, it will never have an end. It is an eternal truth, internal principles telling the truth. And yoga also is an eternal subtle science. Anytime it will hold good, any human being, in any country, at any time, if he is capable of realizing Supreme Spirit, through yoga he can do that. So yoga is a very valuable system of knowledge, and it's not only demagogic knowledge, it is a practical knowledge. Actually, yoga is more a practice than a theory. Theory of yoga is Sankhya system, and practice of Sankhya is yoga. That is why Lord Krishna tells in Gita that one who considers Sankhya and yoga to be different or separate is like a child, hence is not a knowledgeable person. So, Sankhya and yoga are two sides of the same coin. One is theory, one is practice. You cannot separate practice from theory and theory from practice. So whatever the textbooks say, whether it is a religious textbook or yoga textbook, what they say can be realized by practice. And so yoga is more a practical science. But physical sciences have their laboratories in which you can make experiments about the external visible world with the help of various instruments which you can handle. But yoga doesn't have such material instruments, and it's not searching in the external tangible world, it is searching within into the spiritual world. So its laboratory is human body, and every one of us is human body. We need not go out to search a laboratory. We ourselves are a laboratory, and no money is required to be spent for the research. For sending a man into the space, how many dollars do you spend?
A lot.
Here, not a cent is to be spent. Only requirement is your body, your enthusiasm, your readiness to go within and make experiments. But making outer experiments in the physical laboratories is an easy task, because man has not to exert much. Instruments help us to achieve whatever we want to achieve. Of course, we have to use our brain. But here you have to use totally your own self, body, mind, and soul. And if you make inexhaustible effort, body, mind, and soul dedicated to yoga, one can certainly realize the truth that lies within us and also into the entire space. Yoga's limit beyond time and space. Yoga transcends time and space. Physical modern science cannot transcend time and space. It has to utilize the parameters of time and space to understand their researches. Yoga is for transcending time and space. Transcending time and space means becoming immortal. All physical researches can bring you happiness. Perhaps it can take you to other planets. Happy journey outside or bring you a lot of material comforts in life. That science has contributed a lot. You see, you can make cool countries hot and hot countries cool by gadgets electrical gadgets, but it cannot elevate you spiritually, not even to the least. Virtually, unless we become spiritually elevated, real happiness will never dawn upon us. All material facilities and happinesses are momentary. Happiness brought by yoga, spiritual science, by realization, is supreme bliss. And once you taste that supreme bliss, once you reach there, unhappiness will never come before you. So that is eternal happiness. All happiness is brought down by the material science are momentary, temporary. But most of us are satisfied by momentary happiness. So we don't bother about the eternal happiness. But if anybody really wants to be eternally happy, then one has to take resort to yoga. And yoga is that science which can lead you from being a finite being, you can become an infinite being, supreme being. Yoga offers the facility to become immortal. Immortality is a dream, perhaps only a concept or a word in dictionary to the present day world. But in India, our sages have promised that yes, you can virtually become an immortal being by the practice of yoga. Shveta Upanishad says, न तस्य रोगो न जरा न मृत्यु प्राप्तस्य योगाग्निमय शरीरम. That means one who has attained a body perfected by the fire of yoga, he doesn't have any disease, he doesn't have old age, he doesn't have death. No, in the present day world you will not find any such person. But if yoga is properly practiced, this result can be achieved. And that is perfect yoga. So you ask that what is yoga? The real definition of yoga is this. Only if you become immortal, then you will not be reborn. Then only you can claim that I have come out of the cycles of birth and death. But if you die, you are bound to be reborn. And it is known fact that whatever is born on this earth is bound to die. So the cycle goes on. But yoga provides a clue to go beyond death, to stop that cycle of birth and death. And that is what we call moksha, liberation. Liberation in English might be connoting whatever thing, but in India, moksha, the word, if it is properly translated as liberation, means this, that you no more have rebirth, and you are permanently free soul. And that is the ultimate achievement that a human being can hope for. And that is yoga. That is what yoga can give you. So yoga is a moksha purushartha, endeavor for attaining liberation, final liberation, so that you no more have to come into any species or you have to take birth. That is going on. But that doesn't mean that you are permanently died. You are permanently there. That is immortality. You have a divine body which can never be destroyed. This is you.
Thank you very much for such a deep answer on this subject. I had some other ideas, but I still do remember, Guruji, when I came to see you the first time, you mentioned very clearly that your aim for practicing yoga is actually going up to the point of not to die in this lifetime. Like you clearly said that my goal is to overcome death, to transform this mortal body into immortal. So that was really very surprising idea for me to hear, because I never met such type of statement before meeting you. Can you just maybe a little bit clarify on this one? Because as we know, all the yogis in the past, at least those who we know, they all died at some point.
Yes. Attaining divine body, becoming immortal being is not easy. It is easier said than done. But goal of any true seeker of yoga should be to reach the highest pinnacle of yoga, and that is attainment of divine body. My Guru also tried for it. He could not succeed, that's another matter. I am also trying for it. If I am not capable of succeeding, it doesn't mean that the theory of yoga is wrong. It is my limitation that I could not reach the highest, but yoga offers this. Not that because it is written in the scriptures I am just claiming. I am claiming on the basis of the sadhana that I am doing and the guidance and the truth that I have got from my lineage, spiritual lineage. As a matter of fact, our spiritual lineage originates from a Supreme Being, as all the lineages originate. But originally, this complete knowledge would have been available to all the lineages. But then, every generation, knowledge passes on from Guru to disciple, and disciple becomes a Guru later on. He passes on to his disciple, and like that, in the lineage, after a passage of time, sometimes the truth is forgotten or twisted and lost. So that might have happened in many lineages, and so then there was no scope for the followers in those lineages to reach the highest. But my lineage my spiritual lineage is not very old, though the divine being who started this lineage recently is very ancient. He is an immortal divine being, an incarnation of Lord Shiva, Lord Lakulish. He was the 20th incarnation of Lord Shiva, which appeared about 4,500 years ago, between 5,000 and 4,500 years ago. And he propagated yoga in the entire India. This is mentioned in the scriptures about him and his disciples. Then lineage went on for thousands of years. But after, say, 3,000 or nearly 4,000 years, it might have been lost. So, Lord Lukulish thought of reviving their knowledge again in the 20th century. So he initiated one Swami into this yoga in 1913. So now it is nearly 100 years since the lineage has started. And from Pranavan, my Guru received the same knowledge. And my Guru has given it to me. So in our lineage it is only passed hand up to 2 generations. So the knowledge is not lost. Knowledge, the technique, everything is complete. I have full faith in it. My Guru also has full faith in it. And our Grand Guru is divine being. So there is no question of doubting. So our faith is 100% and it will never shake. He is perfect. How far I can myself make progress depends upon that, whether I can reach the highest someday in this lifetime or not. But if I can't reach, I cannot blame the knowledge passed on to me from my lineage. Knowledge is perfect. We do not stop at our own level. In India, it is said that every Guru would like that his disciple may go far ahead of him. Sishyat ichet parajayam. That means the Guru always wishes to be defeated by his disciple. Even our prayer in Upanishads, read any Upanishad and in the beginning there is prayer which says Sarana Bhavatu. It means that both of us will try for attaining the highest together. Guru and disciple. Let us not compete and be jealous of each other. That is the meaning of this. That sloka, it appears in the beginning of every Upanishad. So, this is the tradition that every Guru, whatever he can, his capacities and how far he can go and to what level he can reach, it is up to him. But he will wish that his disciple can go even higher than himself, so that someday somebody in this lineage again can attain the divine body and make it fun, that this lineage is true. The key of the sadhana given in this lineage is perfect.
So it seems that all the statements in the Shastras, Yoga Shastras regarding yogi achieving immortality, it's not like the yogi who achieves some certain level of practice at the time of passing this body, he achieves some immortality.
Practically all the yogic texts mention about the divine body. But modern day teachers don't mention about it at all. Not only they don't mention, they just express surprise that how can this be? It is in the textbooks they are reading, but they are ignoring it, you see, they are skipping over that part. Or maybe they find it the exaggerated word or something. In the manner of Divya Sharir, Divya Vapu, Divya Tanu, all these words are there in the scripture. Yes, and many scriptures, including Gita, says that you have to transcend the diseases, old age and death. What does it mean? Same thing as divine body. If I want to transcend death, first I must stop aging. You see, aging is a decaying process. As years advance, a child grows into a youth, he gets bigger, and after youth, he becomes somewhat slow, and then he starts aging, then he becomes old, then again he has to walk with the stick in hand, and then someday he will die. That is decaying. Life grows and decays. A plant grows and decays. A tree grows and decays. Like a building also built and it is destroyed. So everything in this world is like that. But if you want to conquer death, become immortal, first you must stop old age. And in order to stop old age, first you must stop diseases. If you contract disease and if you become sick and ill, you are bound to be old. So, first, avoid diseases, make your body pure. Your body purification is the first thing that yoga requires. Even before you can reach the samadhi or dhyan, meditation, dharana or pratyahara, you have to purify your body. All the channels of the body should be purified. That is called nadi shuddhi. Nadi is the channels of the body. Channels of physical body and channels of subtle body within us. There are so many channels. In yogic texts mentioned that they are in thousands. All channels should be purified. If the channel is not purified, with an impure body you cannot expect to have pure mind. A sound mind in a sound body, that is a saying.
Right.
So if you want to make your mind sound first, make the body sound. That is the first requirement. That is nadi shuddhi. Then comes chitta shuddhi, purification of mind. And then both are purified, then you become sattvic. Till then you remain rajasic and tamasic. Rajas and tamas are lower qualities which brings all the ailments, all defilements in our thoughts and all that. So, in order to become sattvic, one has to overcome rajas and tamas and purify the body and mind first. And that's a very long way to go. It's a big ocean. You can swim in a swimming pool, or you can swim through the channel, but going through all the seas of the world at a time. Yet human being has not been able to do swimming. No? In a steamer you can. But here there is no instrument, no steamer, no boat. Swim yourself. The ocean of mundane existence, samsara. So, body purification is very essential in this. And that is why all of you must be aware that yoga begins with practice of Hatha Yoga, practice of asana, pranayama, shatkriyas, all that. They are all for purifying our system, physical system.
So it seems it's a very scientific method. It's not just theory to unite Atman with Brahm, but it's actually a whole science behind that, and it's not easy science. Even to purify the body, to get rid of the diseases in itself is already such a huge task. As we see many yogis still, they're getting sick, they're getting some illness. That means they did not get rid of the rajasic and tamasic nature in the body.
It is a certain sign. Claiming that I have reached such a level is one thing. Actually, reaching that level is another thing. My experience is that this is a very, very difficult path, and it may take not only years, perhaps many lifetimes to complete it. But then, don't lose your enthusiasm and just stick to it, search with all the same enthusiasm from beginning to end. That's why, as I always say, patience and perseverance. Two qualities must be there in a good yoga practitioner. Patience, nothing comes so soon. And persevere, don't get tired. Be after it. Make inexhaustible effort. Then someday you can reach, why not? Manushya Ishwar Krupa. If a man endeavors, then God will grace. And to get divine body or liberation, or even reach state of samadhi, without the grace of God, nothing can happen. Our efforts are there, but the result is in the hands of God. And if He is graceful, He will give this result, but not without effort. He doesn't give anything to anybody if it is not due on his part.
It's amazing when you started speaking about the goal of yoga and how it was practiced. I thought, like many teachers, seemingly saying the same thing. So what's the difference? But it actually, the difference comes in practical results. And the final practical result is manifested through the divine body, the ultimate transformation.
Really speaking, you cannot be taught.
Oh, really?
I am practicing yoga. I am not a teacher of yoga. People say that I am Guru, but Guru is a spiritual master, not teacher. He has reached the level, that is his own level. But does it mean that he should teach? Till I get the divine body, I think I should not teach. But if somebody asks something, certainly I must tell him the truth, if it helps him, not for the sake of teaching, for the sake of helping. And that's why I don't leave my ashram, don't go anywhere. But thousands of people feel that they are my followers. But I don't teach all followers. If some genuine seeker comes and I find that he can do something, I certainly help him. If I become teacher, then I will have to find students. And yogi doesn't go to find disciples. A disciple has to find a true yogi. Our scriptures say that a disciple, if he is a genuine aspirant for yoga, he should roam all over the earth to find a genuine guru. But here the gurus are approaching you. But I am genuine by me. But that's not proper. But every person has his own view of life, and but my view is this, that I would first like to make me perfect, then I can help others to become perfect. But if I am imperfect and I run out to people and say, I can make you perfect, it is a laughable thing.
Right. That's actually very unique way of understanding that until I achieved perfection, how can I become teacher?
Yes. You see, the real spiritual preceptor, the master, is one whose eyes don't blink, who doesn't need to breathe, he doesn't need to sleep. And even if he walks and talks and eats and does whatever, he is always in samadhi, which can never leave. That is highest samadhi, nirvikalpa. There is no other option for him except remaining in samadhi. Then he can't, even if he wants to be an ordinary human being, he cannot.
Even if he wants.
That is the definition, you see. But why should he want to become an ordinary? But such a person, if you find anywhere in the world, I would like to meet him and prostrate at his feet. Till then, nobody has the status of being a teacher, spiritual teacher.
So if somebody is in nirvikalpa samadhi, he is not gonna die.
Pardon?
If some teacher is in nirvikalpa samadhi, that means he achieved the divine body and he will not die.
Yes, divine body is still higher than Nirvikalpa Samadhi, you must understand. Divine body is not a very easy toy to be purchased from market. It is much higher position. You see, once you enter Nirvikalpa Samadhi, then there is no other state for you. You are always in Samadhi then, continuously. And that continuous Samadhi, when it lasts for 24 years, continuing, then your body becomes completely divine.
No, I understand.
I have written a book on divine body through yoga. In that I have mentioned all these things, how divine body is achieved. And I have given support from the scriptures. I have not achieved the divine body, so I have to take support of scriptures. But what I have understood, and it's, to my mind, it is a correct understanding how it is formed. And there is a backing of what the scriptures say about it. So once I enter into the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, I will definitely tell you that now count 24 years if you remain alive till then, and you will see my divine body. Because then there is no other option.
So it's actually a very important point that first you have to achieve, and then you have still to have time remaining for accomplishing this sadhana you stepped into.
Then it is like this, you see, we send the rocket, and then it goes out of the atmosphere of the earth. Then force of gravitation of earth cannot pull it back. Then in space, what happens to it? It just goes without fuel.
Right.
So like that, Nirvikalpa Samadhi is out of the atmosphere of the earth. Then you are in space going till you strike with something. Till then, no stoppage. So here there is no striking. You go into the... That's why what I am saying, it is going beyond time and space. Divine body, immortal body means time doesn't affect him. And space is no problem for him. He can go anywhere in a split second.
Guruji, is it possible for a normal person as myself to understand who is situated in Nirvikalpa Samadhi and who did not yet achieve this state?
No. You say that a normal person like you, how can you understand? But if you ask me, the same problem is with me. How can I understand that this man is perfected yogi or not? But I am fortunate because I have seen the perfected yogi. I have seen my divine Guru, Lord Lakulis, by his grace, not out of my effort. So, I have no doubt and no question. Now I can recognize. Because I have seen divine body. And in my book, Infinite Grace, I have described all these things.
This is actually very sensitive topic for some people and also for myself that like if I serious on this yoga path to achieve the ultimate goal, I mean, if to be realistic, maybe definitely not in this lifetime, but who knows, maybe this lifetime, maybe next lifetime, but how I should understand who is that person, who is that teacher who can lead me on the real path of yoga. What are the symptoms of that teacher, more specifically from my proposition?
Well, an aspirant should try, as far as possible, to find a right guru. That is his birthright. But to say that in this way you can find a right guru is not possible. Actually, our intelligence cannot help us in this. Our faith also cannot help us. What can help us is our destiny. If our destiny is good, without making effort, we find the right guru. If our destiny is not favorable, in spite of all the efforts, and when we finally choose that his seems to be the best, and he may be the wrong one.
So there is no safe path.
Destiny plays a big part. Destiny means our own effort of previous life. Destiny is the result of our previous karmas. God doesn't unnecessarily favor one being and reject the other being. God is impartial. He decides our destiny according to our past karmas. So if our past karmas are good, our destiny certainly will be good. And if our destiny is good, without our trying, the God will make such an arrangement that we will be in the hands of a right guru. For this, again read my book, Infinite Days, how my guru met his guru and how I met my guru and how it had happened. That will make this point very clear.
So it seems that there is no even special need to be so much concerned about the qualification of a
Yes,
guru.
don't be concerned. You see, qualify yourself first in the eyes of Lord. Then God will find out that, oh, this man seems to be a good fellow. let me send him to such and such guru. And so he will probably adjust the dates. Why did you come here? Tell me. I didn't know you. I didn't call you. You didn't know me. But by destiny you thought of coming. Okay.
Right. It was a miracle.
So always pray to God that make my destiny such that I may be led to a good guru. That's all that you can do. By intelligence you try to decide this man seems to be a good guru, this man not good. And the best one you select may be the worst one.
And would have faith that he's the best one.
It depends on destiny. That's what I'm saying. There is no yardstick to measure a good guru and a bad guru. But if our heart is open and pure, why should Lord do injustice to us then? But with all the impurities and with all the obscurities of our tricking mind, we want to find out a good guru. Will God help us? Certainly not.
It seems from the side that everybody who comes on the yoga path, he is really sincerely trying to find the
If you are
proper...
sincere, and even if you are in a hands of bad guru, the God will shift you from there and throw you in the right guru. Qualify, you see, strive to qualify yourself. That is the best thing for a aspirant. I would say don't use your intelligence. Let God help you. If we started using our intelligence, God will say, okay, then I need not bother. He is trying himself with his own intelligence. So he doesn't interfere in our matter. But if we leave it to him, certainly he will feel the burden of it.
But then the other question comes, also some people share this idea that if I have the divinity in myself, as you was mentioning that yoga is actually enter my own body as a laboratory and put certain experiments and go through the scientific process of yoga in order to achieve that highest state. So seemingly I already self-sufficient. I don't need anything from outside to become perfect. So the question then comes on the surface, why do I need to accept the guru if I already have the divinity in myself?
Right. We are all this same amount of divinity. But that divinity can be enhanced by our effort. And that divinity can be reduced by our contrary efforts. For example, when we were all born as children, small child, we had the faculty of seeing, faculty of hearing, faculty of thinking. All faculties were there. Faculty of handling, faculty of locomotion. But there was need of somebody who can teach us language, who can teach us how to walk. What have you learnt in this world without the help of someone else? You purchased mobile for the first time, but you have to ask somebody which button to press and how to use it. You see, to that extent, he is your guru. Even a small child can teach me. I can't open a mobile to switch it on and off. I'm 84 years old, but a 8-year-old boy can teach me if I want to learn from him. to that extent, for that purpose, he is my guru. We must be frank enough to accept that I learned this from him. We don't learn anything in our lifetime from A to Z except from someone else. So divinity, the same divinity is in us. All faculties are in us, but for developing that faculty, we do require somebody's help for the first time. That is Guru. This is a spiritual field. So you must learn spirituality from someone. But to say that I have divinity and I don't care for anyone, I will find out myself, that is simply ego and nothing more. Ego you have to overcome in order to realize the self. Actually, ego personifies before you as your real self, but it is a hoax. Many people, sometimes I read in newspaper, they put on the false dress of police and go to people and just threaten them and ask for money, you see, in the dress of police, but really they are not police people. It's only false dress. So our ego is police, false police. Our soul, inner soul is the real self. But our ego is a cheater. Everybody's ego is his own cheater. And we have to go beyond this ego. You have to conquer ego. Then you will conquer mind and intellect. Mind doesn't want to think, but ego asks him to think on his behalf. For him. Intelligence doesn't want to make tricks, but ego asks him, do it on my behalf. Everything ego wants to do, and all servants have to obey. Ego is the king. Intelligence is the queen. Mind is the minister. And our senses are the lower officers. So ego makes them all to run and work for him. He wants to enjoy. Who wants to enjoy? Not our soul. Soul doesn't need anything. Our ego requires it. So if somebody feels that, oh, divinity is within me, why should I go to a guru? That is egoistic thinking by itself. And to such people, they have reached where they want to reach. They want to realize ego. They already have realized. If you want to realize your spirit, the soul, real soul within, that is yours. That is first self-realization, then God realization.
So there is no way around. You have to accept Guru in order to become successful on the path of yoga.
All the yogis have accepted Gurus, and all yogis and all scriptures say that without Guru, no knowledge. So in India at least people are not that egoistic, because this dictum is in their mind. Then someday, if you want to follow this path, you will have to go to Guru. So first hurdle is already crossed if you are born in India. Because from childhood he understands that Guru is a must. And if one feels ashamed of having the Guru, then he should never think about yoga. In that case, yoga or gurus will not be at a loss. Only person who thinks like that is at a loss. But that is destiny, that is fate.
Well, it's obvious that Guru should be there, and preferably your destiny lies with bona fide Guru, the real Guru. But also the question is then arising, there must be probably some certain qualities from the side of a genuine seeker who really wants to be successful on this path of yoga. What should be his qualification, or where he should strive to in order to be really qualified to achieve real growth and development on this path?
Well, if you come to qualification, why should it be only for disciples? It should be for Guru also. Guru also must have some qualification.
Wow.
It's not only the disciple must have qualifications.
I already almost became agreed to the point that
Guru
any Guru who...
is above.
But that would be really interesting to hear that what real the qualification.
Guru can be of different levels. One, as I said, is divine Guru. Like my first original Guru is incarnation of Lord Shiva. It's a divine being, you see.
You mean a divine body, not dying?
No, divine being.
Divine being.
So he is not to make effort for divine body. He is himself a divine being. He taught this to, now divine Guru, first Guru is always a divine Guru in any lineage. Thousands of lineages are there nowadays in India because thousands of years it is existing. So, first Guru, as I told, for every lineage is divine Guru. Even Patanjali has said so, that Ishwar, the Lord, is Guru's Guru, Guru of all the Gurus. So all lineages have come from there. Then, in those lineages, there were many good seekers, and they attained divine body. So they became immortal. But they are not called divine Gurus, they are Siddha Gurus, adept. Nowadays the word Siddha also has become so common in this world. But I am afraid to use it for myself or my Guru. You see, Siddha is one who is a human being, but he has raised his status by attaining divine body. That is Siddha. So Siddha, as I told, he has a divine body, he can never cease to exist. He always is there, because the body is divine. It exists always, eternal. And they remain anywhere into the space. They don't need a house, but wherever they want, they can go to heaven, to earth, to netherworld, wherever, to earth. There is no stoppage for it, no limit. They can even go to the abode of Lord and sit with him, with them. Look at our Narad, character in our Puranas. He is sitting with God in Vaikuntha and also traveling to lower netherworlds, to heavens, to earth.
So Narada in this category of the Guru.
Yes, there's a divine body achieved. So it is Siddha Gurus. The Siddhas exist anywhere in this space, and there are thousands. Because the world is going on since so many years. But if it is a good luck, we can meet such a Siddha. But a Siddha of that sort doesn't come and loiter in the streets of Moscow to see what is being sold here that we have a chance to meet him. It's only if our destiny and God wishes to help us, such a Siddha directed by God will meet him. So it's always good to have someone who is a Siddha in this lineage. And if fortunately we join them to lineage, then even if our Guru has not advanced much, but if he gives us the right key, we can make progress and go beyond the level of Guru. And someday when needed, guidance is needed, and Siddha will appear. And that is what Patanjali also has said. Muda Jyotisi Siddha Darshanam. That's an aphorism of Patanjali. Concentrate your mind on this frontal region. You will see a Jyoti, a light, and then a Siddha will appear in it. And in commentary on that aphorism, Sage Vyas writes that you can see such a Siddha, talk to him, ask for guidance, he will guide. You have the book of Patanjali with you. Look, see. So that is Siddha Guru, the divine Guru, next is Siddha Guru. They are perfected beings. So if we get such a good Guru, fortunate beings we are. If not, then Yogi Guru, one who has become Yogi. Yogi is one who has union with the Supreme Being. But he has not yet perfected to divine body level. You understand? Seeing a divine being is seen, but that doesn't mean that you have a divine body. Vision of God is possible before attaining divine body. Divine body is much higher than that. It is not coming back again. Even after seeing God, you can die and come back again. Then again make effort to see God. One time effort will not do. So, Yogi Guru, one who has reached the high state, that is the third. And he is on the earth. So, we will be more fortunate to find such a Guru on earth, rather than waste years to wait for a divine Guru or a Siddha Guru to appear before us without our qualification. For attaining that qualification also you will have to go to a Yogi Guru. So,
no way around it.
Upon the earth, you see, the best available Guru, I would call, is Yogi Guru. Yogi means one who has realized at least his own inner self and is in contact or has vision of God. He will not misguide you because he knows the path. If such a Guru is not available, then other types of Gurus are available. I would not call them Guru, but Nivrutti Margi Sadhak. Sadhak is one who is continuing his sadhana but has not yet realized. his own self or vision of God. He is lower than yogi guru. So he is not guru, sadhak, but he can play the role of guru for some people. He should not, but he can. Because it is his spirit will. At least he knows something. He is doing sadhana. You see, so he can say that I am also knowing, I am also a teacher. Temptation of being a teacher is such a great thing, and ego cannot compromise with it. That it doesn't allow one to do this sadhana also. He feels satisfied. Everything is fulfilled. Now I am a teacher. Some students take me as teacher. Then why should I become a student now again? But one must think, are we complete? Our study should go on. So in Nivritti Margi Sadhak, as I tell you, in the prayer of Upanishad, let us both strive together. I am yet studying and still I am teaching you, so you are also trying with me. So Nivritti Margi Sadhak. Nivritti means renunciation. He is not concerned with the worldly things. Is better. Then there are pravritti margi sadhak, who are not renunciates, but are doing some sadhana and want to be teacher. They are somewhat dangerous. Because they know half-truth and they teach the student that this is the final truth. Now don't believe anything other than this. So he is not helping, he is harming the others too. But even then, he is doing some pravritti. And then there are dambe gurus, fake gurus, who don't know anything. Put on the clothes of a policeman. So fake guru. So anything is available in this world. Like junk food, junk gurus also are. Then there are many people who eat junk food. Likewise, there are many people who follow the junk gurus. In the world, everybody has his own freedom to choose his teacher.
And it also seems that amongst Nivritti Marg gurus, there are so many different levels because it's such a high path before somebody becomes self-realized. In the same way, it's Pravritti Marg too. It's like so many different qualifications, half of the truth, but this way or that way.
You have to rise many rungs, slowly, slowly. But here you see, everybody just is initiated, next day he doesn't want to be a disciple then. Only up to initiation point he is disciple. Next day after initiation he is in the role of a guru. Without himself trying. So qualification of a guru also is necessary, as I told you. Now qualification of a disciple, as you are asking. Our scriptures say that a disciple must have 4 qualities: vivek, vairagya, mumukshita, and sat sampati. Vivek is discriminatory thinking. One should understand what is true, what is false, what is right, what is wrong. And if he does the right judgment, arrives at the right judgment, that is discrimination. So that is vivek. So first a disciple must have vivek, discriminative faculty of trying to understand and deciding what is correct or not. Second requirement of a disciple will be vairagya, detachment from the worldly concerns. If one cannot become detached from the worldly concern, one should admit and take it for granted for himself that I am not a fit disciple. Third, mumukshata. If you have vivek, discrimination proper, if you are detached from the worldly attractions, then you must have only one goal, attainment of liberation, that is mumukshata. Only desire for achieving liberation, moksha, that is mumukshata. Only goal to be achieved in life. Then, last is shat sampatti. Shat is 6 sampatti types of wealth. Not in terms of money or land or building, as we in the worldly life have the property. But these 6 properties are sham, mental control, the control over senses, then titiksha, ability to suffer, undergo any hardship, uparati, that is not interested to any worldly objects of senses. Then Shraddha, complete faith, not temporary. As I will give an example, a guru was a Siddha guru, and Siddha means quite advanced guru. A disciple from a village, nearby village, used to come for grazing his cattle. He will see this saint sitting meditation all the day. So in order to help him, he will clear all the leaves and everything that will fall around him, because he was sitting in an open jungle, forest, underneath a tree. So dry leaves will fall. So he always cleared surroundings. And because he was grazing cows, cattle, he would take out a cup and a glass full of milk and put beside him, thinking that when he will come out of meditation, he will drink this milk, because I see that this saint is not moving throughout the day. So what he must be eating and doing, whether you must be staying and sleeping or not. And then he will go back home in the evening. Next day in the morning he will come, he had this routine of daily service. That service had no other intention. It was just voluntary service out of reverence for the saint. One day, when this fellow came from the village, this saint came out of meditation, he opened his eyes and he asked him, "Are you cleaning all this every day and bringing milk for me?" He said, "Yes." So he said, "Okay, seem to be a good man. You have served me a lot for a long time. I want to help you. Tomorrow when you come from your village, bring a long rope, thick rope, strong." So that fellow didn't know why rope was needed. He said, "Okay, Guruji, I will bring it tomorrow." Next day in enthusiasm or in a routine manner, he just came, but forgot to take the rope. So Guru inquired, "You brought the rope?" He said, "Oh, I forgot." He said, "I am just going back to the village. It's not far. I will return within 15 minutes. I will bring the rope." He said, now don't take trouble to go." He said, "But you wanted rope?" He said, "Yes, I wanted, but now it is not useful." He said, "But wherefore you wanted rope? I will just go and return." He said, "No, I needed rope for initiation." He said, "For giving me initiation, rope is needed?" He said, "Yes. In initiation, rope is not needed, but I had decided to initiate you when you are in this well at the half level. So I wanted to tie your rope around your waist, and then I would lower your body into the well, and when you reach at the half level, I would initiate you." That was my plan. But now only 5 minutes are left. So if you go to the village and return after 15 minutes, rope will not be useful. So he said, "Oh, Guruji, you wanted to initiate and still 5 minutes are left?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Well, I will go, jump into the well. When I reach half level, you initiate me." He said, "If you jump, what will happen? Have you seen the well?" He said, "Yes, I have seen the well. It is very deep. It is dry. There is no water in it. And at the bottom, there are big stones." So Guru said, "After knowing this, you want to jump? What will happen to you?" He said, "Doesn't matter. I don't care what will happen to me after I fall on the bottom stone. But when I am halfway, you guarantee that you will initiate me. Then I don't mind anything." He said, "But you will die. What will be the use of initiation?" He said, "I don't mind. My death will come after receiving initiation. My goal is to receive initiation from you in this lifetime. So even before death, few seconds before my death, even if I receive initiation, I don't mind. It's a good deal." So Guru said, No, you will die. Don't take unnecessary risk." He said, "No, Guru, no more argument. 3 minutes are wasted out of 5. I am running and initiate me." So he ran and jumped. But the Guru was a Siddha Guru, capable. So he, by his power, miraculous power, he held him at the half level of the well and initiated him. And by his own power, he brought him out. So this is faith, you see. A disciple must have faith in the words of the Guru. Otherwise, if you don't have faith in teachings of a Guru, it will not help you. So faith, Sraddha, and Samadha. Samadha is no doubting. If you have a question, ask the Guru, and then when he tells, then you should be satisfied. That is Samadha. So these qualities should be in a disciple.
Guruji, how this uparati different from vairagya?
Oh, Vairagya is born out of the real knowledge that we get by experience from within. That is Vairagya. Uparati is you are trying to go away from the worldly attractions. That is Uparati.
And another quality is vivek, you were saying, but it also seems that before you was explaining that what is written on your destiny, that Guru you will get, where vivek is coming to the disciple.
Even if by destiny you get a Guru, it doesn't mean you need not have vivek. You must have all these qualities. Only then your destiny will be good. That's what I am saying. First start making effort and striving. Don't wait for God to arrange everything and then you will say, I will now improve.
So it's the area where we can also put some endeavors.
Yes, effort is always necessary. That's what I am saying. You dictum. Manusya yatna Ishwar Krupa. If man strives, make efforts, God will grace.
It is very clear, Guruji, very clear explanation of yoga, of the highest goal and about the Guru and the disciple. It's really a lot of information we should really understand properly and contemplate on it. As you was mentioning once, if you hear this once, or if you read it once, you still not understand it. Fortunately, we could record this conversation, satsang, today. So, thank you very much for giving us this valuable time and let us be deserving your followers.